I own two model steam engines. One is this Mammoth traction engine that I had as a Christmas present many years ago, and it used to belong to my granddad before then, and so although I think you can still buy ones like this, or very similar anyway, I think this one actually dates from the 1960s, and it lives on the windowsill in my spare bedroom and has done for many years without moving. And then I own this one, which is a static model steam engine that I made at school in my last year of metalwork at school, and that was in 1978, and I think this one has run twice, and that would have been the year that I left school, which was 1978. So I think both the Mammoth and this static engine that I built myself have not run in 32 years, and I'm going to try and get them going today, so that's going to be quite interesting. I've already given them a bit of a lubrication to make sure that everything's free and running, and a bit of a clean up, so I'm going to take them outside and see how I get on. Right, I'm going to try and get this Mammoth traction engine number 1 going. I've already had one attempt which was aborted due to a perished O-ring on the overflow plug and not being able to get enough pressure up. So it's already got some water in it, and it's already got some methylated spirits in the burner, but it needs topping up. So that's the burner. Take the lid off. Take the overflow out the back, which has now got some PTFE tape on it because of the lack of an O-ring. That's the pressure relief valve. That's my makeshift funnel for filling up with water, because I seem to have mislaid the original one since 32 years ago. And it didn't lose a lot of water the first time round because it's now coming out. So I'll put my newly resealed overflow plug back, and hopefully this time it'll hold all the water and keep pressure up. Well, that's the only reason why it shouldn't anyway. Safety relief valve. And I'll just top it up with a little bit more meth because it evaporates really quickly. There's quite a bit in here still anyway. And see if I can light it in the wind that we've got at the minute. Yep, I think that's lit. So I think that'll probably take about 5 minutes before the pressure relief valve lifts. Well, I don't think it's working at its best, but I can't get the motor running statically at the minute. So 30 odd years of disuse has probably taken its toll a little bit. If that looks like it's going really slow on camera, that's just the shutter speed. It's really whizzing around quite a bit. Of course, with the drive belt attached, that is supposed to run around the garden if I want it to. I think I may refuel it and have another go to demonstrate that. I don't seem to be able to quite get the steam pressure I hope for, so I'm not quite sure what's going off, but I'll have a second go. Now that way you can get that. The pressure relief valves lifting, some different meths, maybe burning a bit hotter. Oh well, whistle still sounds a bit pathetic. It's hard to control a camera and make sure this ain't going to go heading off into the garden at the same time. Uh-oh. I'm filming it and steering it at the same time. I thought it was louder than that, but never mind. There you are then. Mammoth traction engine, not run since 1978 till 2010. I'm now going to get my homemade static steam engine running. The beauty of this one is the boiler is made out of a piece of copper tube with end plates soldered on. As far as I can remember, it was pressure tested by one of the teachers with compressed air. Which I think in this day and age with health and safety regulations you wouldn't be allowed to get away with. There's no overflow on it, so you don't really know how much water you should put in. So I'm kind of like guessing how much I'm putting in, apart from I'm looking on my measuring jug. So I'm hoping I'm going to put about 100 ml in, which I think is about the same capacity as the Mammoth. It also uses a Mammoth pressure relief valve. It used to use the same one as my traction engine, swapped between the two. Well, since then I've bought an extra one as a spare part, so it's got its own. And it also uses the Mammoth's burner. I suppose I could have bought an extra one of those, but I never quite got around to that. It doesn't really look very good anyway when it's on my windowsill with a crummy old charred burner sticking out of it anyway. And also, something that's going to get hot and has got fire, it's mounted on a piece of chipboard. Which was my idea, I think. I can't remember if the original designs that the spool provided had a wooden base, but at least it's got a piece of aluminium on top of it which is reflective. So I was always a bit wary of this one when I first made it, because of the nature of the boiler. But it did run twice, at least. That's all I remember it running anyway. So we'll see what happens with this one. Right, the pressure relief valve hasn't actually lifted just yet, but we've got steam coming out of the exhaust pipe and various other little places, and so I'm going to let rip, see if it'll go. That's not very enthusiastic, is it? Get a bit more steam up then. Right, I've relocated to try and get out of the wind and give it another go. Oh! I'd be happier spinning the other way. No. Well, I don't think you'd actually drive much with it, but it does go. Sort of. Seems to be pumping more water than steam. Right, this is the second attempt. I was hoping to be able to get that steam valve to lift, but I don't think I can. Not really getting enough pressure in there to lift the valve off, so let's get another. As soon as it starts going, it starts enthusiastically and then it loses a bit of pressure. Ah, got things happening on the boiler now. It's like a bomb waiting to go off, isn't it? Probably this is all it did 30 odd years ago, I can't remember, such a long time. At least it works. Mammoth is obviously properly designed and engineered, whereas this is something that's made by lads. I think back in 1978 I was happy that it worked at all. Which it obviously does. Perhaps I was hoping for a bit more of a spectacular performance today, but yeah, maybe it's best just left on the windowsill, polished up. Okay. There you go then. Another one that's been run for the first time in a long time.